Hey folks, how we doing? So I want to show you, I did finish the SM100 knife today, and I actually also managed to finish it, then regrind it, then test it, and break it, and then regrind it again. I had the fun of testing this knife today. I did put it through its pieces. I ground it extremely thin, and I again reground it to extremely thin, because I really believe that I chipped off the edge. That was all that happened, and I believe that I chipped off the edge only because I really abused it for how thin the knife was. I did like how it performed. It was insane. When I say that it was the thinnest grind and the best cutting knife I've ever did, that's a statement. Really liked it. It handled everything, and it's weird because if you would bring most of the steels that I've ever worked with, I never even dare to bring the steels to this kind of edges or grinds, not even edges, the grinds. I never dare to do it, and I'm pretty sure they would not last it. I don't like the destruction test, like when you actually ruin something, even to the degree that it's still fixable, but it's still a lot of work to fix it. I just don't like doing it. But in this case, I promised Cliff that we're gonna do it. We're gonna see what it can do, what it cannot do, and I did abuse it a little bit. But I want to rerun more tests with also again such a thin grind. Now this thing, it's probably at this point it's probably microscopically thicker than what I had it before. It was actually 2, 3, or 4, between 2 and it was so small it was hard to measure actually. It was between 2 and 4 thousandths of an inch on the edge, behind the secondary bevel, behind the secondary micro bevel. It shouldn't even, like I told the guys, it shouldn't even be probably called micro bevel at that point. It probably is a nano bevel. It was that small, that tiny, almost invisible, and that thin on the edge. And I did a lot of basic cuts with the cardboard, paper, wood, pine, even some plastic, basic plastic. It actually held good. What happened is I did dink it on my copper cable. I did the copper cable test, and actually after I dinked it a little bit, I was chopping with the knife. Yeah, chop with the knife that has a 2 thousandths of an inch edge. So I was chopping like this, and I kind of nicked it a little bit. So I reground it, but again to the really nice and thin grind. Actually, check out that finish. That's a pretty nice satin finish on it. I like it. It was fun. I have a video of me grinding it, so I'll upload that tomorrow. I figured people might be tired already about this. But also had a really cool, very long, but very interesting and very good phone call today. I talked to Elliot, FerrumForge. That's the guy who works with this steel a lot. I've talked about it, about the steel, about knives, about a lot of stuff. He's a really cool guy. He makes funny videos too. Very knowledgeable guy. So I'll put a link to the video, to the description to his channel. He's a cool dude, really cool dude. Check him out. He makes some really nice knives. I kind of regret that I didn't pull a trigger today on one of his knives on Blade HQ, but it was expensive, but it was beautiful. One of the nicest knives I've ever seen. Here you go, guys. I showed this little bit in the grinding video, but there it is. Still waiting for the attachments. Like on purpose. I think the same thing happened to Tough Thumbs when he got his. They split the shipments, and the grinder came first and the tool attachments didn't, so I can't really use this, but looks good so far. Also, little heads up, some people might be interested. A good friend of mine, the buddy that I buy the Kydex from, which you're more than welcome to ask him about the Kydex. I think he still has more Kydex. I like it, and I always buy from him actually. I buy certain things from him, and certain stuff I buy still from Knife Kits because they have it, you know, the whole sex, rivets and everything. But he mentioned that he's going to be having some big sale, and he always has ridiculous prices. He's the guy who sells a lot of the factory seconds Kershaw and stuff like that. So you can get some really killer deals on the cheaper but still good knives from him. So I'll also put the link in the description. And how long do you think we should just sit here and watch it? Look at this. Look how cool it is. Isn't that nice? I love it. It's so nice. This is the nicest thing I like about this. It's so easy to flip. Let me just undo the lever. Look at this. Where's my thingy here? Here it is. So I can with just one hand flip this thing from horizontal to vertical. It's actually balanced in a way with the motor, that you're not lifting the whole weight of the whole grinder. That was the one nice thing compared to the Wilmont. that I can just do it with one hand. I really like it. The variable speed works fine. I don't know, for some reason I thought it has the reverse. It doesn't have the reverse grinding, but it's so beautiful. My baby, my new baby. Guys, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll probably do the test video of that also sometime soon. I don't know. I more or less, it's more because I knew that there's gonna be some failures. There is, when you bring the steels or these alloys to such a thinnesses, I knew there is gonna be failures, and I don't want to really do that public because some people just don't understand it. You know, they would say, "Oh, it broke," and that would end for them. They would not even take into consideration how thin it was. It's really hard to imagine. You would never see a knife this thin, you know, and some people just wouldn't understand it, and it would really just create a bad name for something that might not deserve it yet. You know, I'm not saying that that is the best steel or like really crazy good steel as they claim it is. Even though I do believe at this point that it looks like it's gonna be, but you know, some people would see that and they would just ditch the steel to begin with. So that's why I don't do stuff like that. I will mention it, but it's, you know, it's just me speaking. And I remember, I don't know nothing about it. I actually found a Cliffstam's match about metallurgy today. Yeah, Elliot, FerrumForge, he's like freaking another mad scientist about metals and steels and knives and rambling. He loves that, and he talks like this. And I like it, because it's pretty cool. So check him out. And remember, don't cut yourself.